Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bean here with Bean of Games. I'm just going to come at you with my Day 2 deck profile. Lost the very last Swiss round, number 12, unfortunately, the Vanquish Soul, but you know what? I think you guys really like this one, and you know, it showed the results for this event, so let's really get into it, okay? Just to start off, we have 3 Gem Knight Nephrons. This card's insane. Normal summon starter adds any Gem Knight card. If it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it and discard a card.
Sorry, buddy. Producer Jason's ruining everything like usual.
Man.
There you
And
go.
and you get an additional normal summon, and it really helps get into your Link monster here. It's like this card is like your main starter, your go-to, and it's a little construct. So I mean, why not bring back one of the better formats? You know, just in a different form, shape, and way. You know. So next we have 3 Gem Knight Quartz. This is usually like your finishing move with this card, because this can search either Scatter Fusion or Brilliant Fusion, and if it's used for fusion material, you add back a monster. So there's a really cool combo with this deck where it's like you get to keep an Omni Negate, you get to add back with this card. I mean, it's a go in second strategy that I played, so it was very good at all times.
Question. To verify, does it search or does it place?
It places, so it plays under Droll. So right there, you're turning off. Between going second, you're turning off all the Charmies, and you're turning off Droll being able to play underneath it. So, you shut off 25% of your opponent's deck already, because that's most of the main hand traps this event. We play 2 Gem Armadillo. This is probably your worst starter, to be honest, but I mean, it's still a starter. You're able to get a gem. You're able to get Gem Knight most of the time. You're going for Hollow Core, and it's also a gem, not a Gem Knight, so you got to be careful on some of that stuff. We have 2 Hollow Core. This is probably the second best card in the deck. It's circular and an Omni Negate, so I mean, sending for cost is always good, and it gets a lot of your stuff online, and it's another body. So very happy with that card. And that's it for the engine. We'll move on to non-engine next. First, we got 3 Parelia. Shout out my boy Connor here for giving me the CRs right before the event. I drew it more just because they were CRs, and I was resolving it. I did get ashed a couple times, but I mean, you had to have this card this weekend because Ryziel was in the room.
The Parelia gets ashed for the next card.
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about reasons it's in, and Connor's more versed on the meta, it's also real good against the new Vanquish Soul variant.
Yeah.
Which we saw.
Unfortunately, it was my last loss.
But that wasn't because of Parelia, though.
Yeah, I lost because you drew the one of. And 3 Fua. Kind of standard, you're going second. You know, you're always going to resolve your Charmies unless they interact with them. 3 Droll. It was a very, ad-heavy, combo-heavy format with any deck right now, so this will just kind of either turn skip them or make them set the half board. And, like, this deck has extenders on extenders, so, like, you can crack a half board so easily. This is like your Shaddoll Fusion. You have to have Gem Knight Fusion in the grave, and you can use 2 in your deck, or it's a Rhoda, so it's like very versatile, and like there's cool combos you can do. And it's a Gem Knight card, so you can banish this off your Hollow Core to, like, save monsters in your grave for your fusion monsters that gain attack. So overall, this card, I was always banishing this card with Hollow Core in grave. Next we have Absorb Fusion, Brilliant Fusion, and Scatter Fusion. Shout out Todd for finding his beautiful Brilliant Fusion. Scatter Fusion, we'll just go Scatter Fusion. This is literally Shaddoll Fusion. Your opponent has to control a monster, and you have to summon a non-rock monster. Brilliant Fusion, if you don't know what this card is, just go ahead and quit the game. It's that one for a reason. It sends 3, gets you anything. I mean, the card's insane. And then Absorb Fusion. So I never resolved the fusion part of this. It allows you to fusion from your hand or field by vanishing, but I always resolved I resolved the add one. So it's a consistency card. So I don't think I'd change it, but I really sided it out a lot, just because it was just a Rhoda, and I'd rather play Rhoda at that point.
And is that and then you can for the ad, right?
Yes. Yep.
So did you get impulse at all? Did anybody read it well?
No. I mean, the time I resolved it was against a Mitsu player. Mitsu Raizel, so that
So, yeah, they're not playing Impulse at all,
They
yep.
weren't playing Impulse. I always sided out. I rather see like a side deck card instead of that because I'm going second. And, it's more dependent at that point. Go to non-engine spells. Triple Droplet. This card was insane all weekend. I can't tell you how many times I would activate something and then chain the droplet to it, go in second, negating like the detonator or just like when they summon back Merkumo to blow up my board and I just chain droplet, or just the Caesar. Like this was my main Caesar out, and oh man, it held hard. So really happy I had that in this deck. Next cards, we have Triple Thrust. Reason for this, I think talents. I mean, the reason I lost my last match is very good in this format. Being able to thrust into talents, and like I said, this deck does it can care about trolls in certain hands, but overall, if you're able to get quartz to your hand or you have it in hand and you search the first time and they don't troll you, you're gonna win. But if they do, it's like, you have talents, you're gonna rip something else and you go from there, or you take. And then there's other cards you can search that we'll get into later. We have Triple Salesman. This card was also insane. So calling a detonator and then chaining Droplet was just like the nail in the coffin to stop like a Caesar if they were on the Fiendsmith variant, or just call. I played a Momentum player and I called their trap card the Cranium with this, and then chained to negate their fusion, and they were just like, wow, I'm just gonna be so far behind now. Or I played against a Luna Light player my last round of day one, and I Sales Band Droll in their hand, and I just comboed off and killed them because I was able to keep them at bay post side. We have the Duster and the 2 Lightning Storms. These cards were phenomenal all weekend. I mean, these 2 cards right here held up my very first round of day 2, and I was able to take the win just because of these 2 cards, because you just want to put them at a disadvantage or have them interact and chain your droplet, and it's searchable off thrust. And I can't tell you how, like, these were the MVP, and I also like that I played with this. I'm a big, very Harpy's Feather Duster enthusiast, and this was my favorite one to play with. So the one of Talents, one of Foolish, and the one of Gem Knight Fusion, because it's mandatory, you have to play it. Talents, it's best card in the game. It's versatile, it does everything you need it to do. It's like they put Pot of Greed and Change of Heart all on the same card with 1 extra effect. Foolish never came up today. I sided out going game 2 because I rather need something more impactful per the matchup, and then this is just mandatory. But that's the main deck. It's at 40 cards.
Any changes besides the Foolish that's 50-50? Because I know
Yeah.
while it's in there, why it's in there, but it's not the most relevant thing.
Yeah.
And then I guess we have extra decks next.
Yep, we have extra deck. We have the one of Aggregator and the one of Paguska. This is because of a sidecar that we're playing, and then Paguska, if they make you go first, because it's going second strategy, you just make Fusion and this dude, and so you're able to put up 3 bodies if they get rid of this, so it makes it very hard. They gotta waste a lot of resources, and this card is just like plan B, and a lot of people plan out this.
Oh, it must be the rest of our team.
Ooh, it must be the rest of our team.
So while he gets ready for the next part, and I'm pretty sure Todd's coming in, the remainder of Team Zenith is still in Indy in the hotel. And which teammates are out there? Yeah, it's Todd. So
We have SP Little Knight
Yeah.
and IP Masquerena. Like I said, on top of ending with Paguska, you can also pivot it into this by overextending and be able to put that extra interruption out. So,
did you get to do it often when
no,
this weekend?
I did make SP a lot, but the IP, I felt like I just would overextend and it'd just be not worth it at times. And then we have 2 Gem Knight Quartz. This card's insane. You're able to add any Gem Knight card and then pay 1,000 fuse using Banshee and Grave. Like, if they don't interact with this card, they lose. and then you just play with your Brilliant Fusion. Like, this card's such a bait, but like it's just so amazing. We have the one of Diamond, Brilliant Diamond, one of Lady, and Seth Knight. This card cheats out anyone, so it's amazing. This is a detonator. Like, I resolved this 3 times against one of my opponents because it's not once per turn. It's literally you just keep chaining and chaining. At the point, I won because I was able to banish 3 Gem Knights.
Did you ever use it to protect against Murakumo?
Yes.
Or Detonator on your turn since it's
Yep.
a once per turn protect?
It's on your opponent's turn. It does protect. So if they go to Murakumo you, and you have this out, like, your stuff's not destroyed. So, and a lot of people don't read that effect, so I caught a lot of people off guard on that one. We have Master Diamond, Topaz, Prismara. This is insane. This is your kill strategy. It copies an effect. Most of the time this dude's in the grave because you tributed it. And this is the effect you're copying, so this is your card combo. This card, I summoned it just for like an extra body. I think I used the effect of once, but I felt like really bad in that position anyway, so I wish I could cut it, but like it's also an extra name for the main fusion. Then we have Ruby, Aqua, and Big Boy himself. Ruby is Tribute 1, it gains attack, it's piercing. So like Malice players would leave their stuff in defense just to try and protect themselves for another turn, but like they all have 300 defense, so like you're punching in for around 4,000 damage. Because usually you tribute off Topaz, and that puts that 43. This card is really good for getting problematic bodies off the board. I was able to tribute this against a Malice player, target their Red Ransom, and then send it to grave. And this dude is the MVP. He cheats out any 3 non-rocks, and he tributes for costs. So if he's your last play and you tribute, they can't even impulse you. So that won't be a game. That's it for the extra. I don't think I'd make any changes to this extra for this format right now. I think it was all very solid. And we'll move on to side deck. We have the one of Artifact Sanctum. It's a thrust target. I felt like if the Malice players got smart, because they can really kill, like especially under nib and a lot of stuff, like I just needed this card to set and bring Lancia out on them, so I decided out game 3 if they were trying to make me go first. Played double Ultimate Slayer. This card was also really good, especially paired with the Droplet. Target their Detonator, send Aggregator, target like this. This card by itself can break boards, or you just bait out like the Purification, and at that point you just play it. We have triple XYZ Encore. This card went hard when I played it. I played it 1 time, but like it was enough to. They tried to put the Detonator grave. I was like, no. It gets shuffled back. It gets put back, and then like nothing can respond. It's literally super poly. So that card put in a lot of work.
Extra board breakers.
We have the triple Meows. This is for Malice, and like graveyard reliant decks. Like we had the Fiendsmith stuff running around. Get a couple draws off momentum going into them. So I felt very good, like taking out like Charmies that would only draw 1 in certain matchups with that. And we have triple Lancia. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. It has some crossover into the Mirror. It has pretty good crossover into the Luna Light matchup. So I think this was a mandatory this format, or else you're just blown out in those matchups.
Plus the Orcus matchup, I forgot about it.
Yeah, and the Orcus. I did not run into that, thank God. And then last card, you're going second deck, so some players are like, well, they're just going to board break me, I'm just going to combo. So you got to play. I played 3 of the Ghostwoods. This won me a match today, or on day 1. So they're going to be like, okay, I'll just make my board and hopefully end on a draw and go on with my day, or else I'm just going to lose. So just when you drop this down, it puts them on that timer of, oh, I either got to play faster or I just lose. So that was the theory behind that. And when I was constructing the side deck, I was like, you know what? There's 2 decks in the room that are very going to be very represented. So I just tried to target them. And if I got paired into something that I didn't like or that I wasn't prepared for, that was on me. Just play your percentages at that point. But yeah, that's the deck.
Do you remember the majority of your matches, like what you played against?
It was 3 Malices. I think 3 or 4 Mitsu Raizuel, Fiendsmith variants, and then 2 Momentum and 1 Vanquish Soul. around there.
So the only thing that gave you any real trouble just because of the side.
And a ring stun, but
Well,
I messed up there.
the Vanquish Soul, because it's just
Yeah.
it's hard to set up for
It's
everything.
Hard. It's hard. It's hard to like break their board. They do very good with a single destruction, and it's very hard. Like that deck, you have to be very good. You have to be a very good pilot on that deck. But that all changes next format. Is this deck going to be viable against it? I have no idea. I haven't tested that yet, but we'll see. Hopefully, the Gem Knights will see light again and shine and do that. But thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Team Zenith, everybody who's helped me get here, and thank you all.
Nope, nothing else from the team since we're all here for once. Like the first time ever.
Woo!
Bye.